Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial video and tutorial number 8, and today we are going to cover the takeoff and the initial climb. So yes, first before we depart we are going to talk about some things. As you can see in front of us we have a yellow taxi line here. Do not follow that one when you are entering the runway. This taxi line is just for vacating traffic. When you are going to depart you are going to straight ahead and take a 90-degree turn. We're going to use as much runway as possible. So yes, that is very important. You want to use as much runway as possible. When you're cleared for takeoff, you're going to turn on the auto throttle. You're going to turn on the landing lights. If it is daytime, you're going to turn on just the fixed lights. If it is nighttime or it is generally bad weather or dark, you're going to turn off also the retractable landing lights. But since it's daylight now, we're going to turn just on the fixed lights. The turn of lights should be on. The taxi light, if you are clear to lane up the runway, you can turn on the taxi lights. And when you're clear for departure, you're going to turn it off. And the steady light or stop and steady light should, the position light should go up to stop and steady. And you're going to turn off the wheel light. Go down here to the set pedestal. You're going to set the transponder to TARA or TARA when you're also clear for takeoff. So, when you are taking off, you're going to advance the thrust levers to 40% N1, and going to call it stable, and then we're going to hit the toggle button. So we have a click spot here, that is a click spot for the toggle button. So if you want to use that, you can use that. I have a key binding on my throttle quadrant for that, so I'm going to use that one. So then the thrust are advanced up to takeoff thrust. What they call thrust stable, and you're going to gently a little pressure down on the control column. The reason why is because under 80 knots the rudder is not aerodynamically effective, so that means it is going to be hard to steer on the ground. So you press down to get a little bit more pressure on the nose gear, so it can actually steer with the nose wheel steering. When you're passing 80 knots, you're going to center the control column again. And when you're passing V1, no stop, just continue. Rotate. Then you're going to gently raise the control column. And when the aircraft begins to pitch up, you're going to hold it there. So that is very important. A normal pitch up altitude should be around 2.5 degrees a second. And it's very important that you get this correctly, or that you not over-rotate the aircraft, because, like I talked about in takeoff calculation, if you do the takeoff the rotation correctly, in flaps 5 configuration, you're going to have a clear clearance of 51 centimeters. If you do over-rotate, that tail is going to hit the ground, so very important that you don't over-rotate the aircraft. And yes, so after we have rotated, positive rate, go to raise the gear up, and then we're going to continue our initial climb. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that after takeoff. So, we can say we are clear for takeoff. Going to turn on the auto throttle, on with the fixed lights, strobe and steady, wheel light off, and here. And before we enter the runway, or whenever possible, we're going to do our before takeoff checklist. Normally we can do that on our taxi out. So, for the chemical, when you're doing the chemical in Norwegian, you turn the seatbelt off, wait 30 seconds, and then turn it on again, and that is called for the cabin crew. And you don't need to say anything, you just need to turn off and on the seatbelts and wait 3 seconds. So then we can do our before takeoff checklist. So, we're going to confirm the flaps. We have plan 5 and the flaps are 5 green light. The stabilizer trim at 6.09 units set, and that the chemical is given. So then our before takeoff checklist is complete. So if we are clear for takeoff, we can release the brakes and we can enter the runway. Before we enter, of course, we're going to check if there is any traffic on final, or if there is anyone on the runway, and there's not, so we can just continue. And we're going to gently slow down, not taxi too fast, maybe about 5 knots, and go to turn. So normally the best thing you can do is to take a rolling takeoff. That means you're not going to stop, you're just going to continue on the takeoff roll. And that is what Boeing recommends as much as possible. So that means we're not going to stop, so we're going to advance our thrust levers to 40%. So thrust is stable, or dead is stable, and takeoff thrust is set. And you need to try to hold the nose gear on the center line. Checked. So in there, climbing up, around 15 degrees is normal, so between 15 and 20 degrees nose up, and you should not exceed 20 degrees nose up. Flight director now says that you can't exceed 20, but you're going to hold it between 15 and 20. And you can turn on the autopilot when you want to. Go to turn on the command A. When you're above that white dot, you can set flaps 1. So flaps 1. And when you have passed the flap 1 marker down here, you can select flaps up. Then you can set the landing gear lever to the off position. The auto brake to the off position. You can turn off the retractable landing lights if you have done that, or if you have them extended. And you can also turn off the engine start switches. So say that we are cleared to climb higher. Say that we are cleared to climb up to flight level 310 or cruising altitude. When we are cleared to climb higher than our transition altitude, that's going to be 7,000 feet. We can set the altimeter to standard, and you can also reset the minimums like that. And then you're going to do your after takeoff checklist. So after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds, on, packs, auto, landing gear, up and off, and flaps up, no light. And altimeters, we are passing 5,300 feet now. And then after takeoff checklist is complete. So there we have it, guys, for the takeoff and the initial climb. I hope that you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you again on a future live stream. So have a good one, everybody. Bye bye.